She dropped my children off. This was Sunday. Dropped my children off with all 4 of my children with a female babysitter who has a child. So there's 5 kids for her. There's 5 kids for her in an apartment, right? And Melody, guys, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. But Melody goes to a whole nother state. And she hasn't come back to this day, and today is...
Martell Holt recently got some shocking news. If the reports are true, it's more than a little upgrade. Game changer, it's a game. According to internet speculations, Melody Shari might not be Martell's child. The man at the center of all of this speculation is Hill Harper. Now let's be clear, is not just some ludicrous headline that board bloggers created. The clues have been stacked for weeks. Melody initially changes how she usually looks. The sighting came next. Someone claims to have seen her at a women's wellness clinic in Atlanta with a large man. Furthermore, it has been stated that Martell had a total breakdown during filming, right as viewers were starting to piece things together. Sources said that he was shouting at the producers, pacing and talking loudly. He even shouted. The source said, "She wants the world to think I'm replaceable." That line alone said it all. It's not just a possibility, baby. It has to do with the story being lost to the same woman he once thought was unworthy. Besides, the name of Hill Harper wasn't just a coincidence. Rumor had it that both attended the same event. He liked a number of Melody's posts. She followed him back. Fans paid attention. They always do. The pregnancy frenzy then caused the internet to go berserk. When blogs with headlines like "Award-winning actor prepares for fatherhood" started to appear, the focus shifted. Suddenly, Martell was more than just the ex. He was standing outside and looking in. This isn't your normal marriage and love tale. From Huntsville is deeper. Because if the rumors are true, Martell never actually intended for this pregnancy. Melody is actually getting better. And with a person who doesn't stir any trouble in public, the timeline that brought us here is one of quiet, shade, and deliberate killing. So let's take a moment to reflect on the past.
No, I'm not making it a big issue.
Don't let that mess up the friendship.
But no, hell no. It's not gonna mess up our friendship. But it's more like, don't ever do that again. I would not go get ex-wife before coming to you, the man, first.
After Martell and Melody's ordeal, which included infidelity, a public divorce, and custody, disputes, things had finally settled down. However, the scenario was well known to those who had watched Love and Marriage, Huntsville long enough. When it's too quiet, there's generally something simmering beneath the surface. These two will never be at peace in the long run. It never does. As the show has shown, their relationship is built on tension. And when one of them shifts, the other usually scrambles for orders. This truce's performative aspect increased suspicion. It is not unimportant that Martell is courteous in public. All of those compliments had a history, which suggests that he either wanted something or thought he was losing something. Beneath it all came the threat of another storm. The surprising name comes out of nowhere. When Melody's admirers first noticed her and Hill Harper's exchange appeared capricious. The name Hill Harper is not usually found in careless headlines. He is a private person who has been connected to Michelle Obama in the past. He's not out here attempting to influence others or joining the chaos of reality TV. That's what made this so intriguing. Hill didn't make any overt advances toward romance. Melody didn't use the tear-related boss move descriptions she usually used because when someone like Hill Harper shows up, he's not putting on an impressive show of drama. He offers steadiness and intelligence, and let's be honest, he is everything. Martell is not. That alone got everyone talking. Whispers turned into a full-fledged media frenzy after the rumor broke. According to a tweet, Melody was seen at a women's wellness center in Atlanta with a tall, well-dressed male. Despite the lack of a name, fans thought it was Hill. The tweet didn't last long. It was swiftly deleted. However, a screenshot was taken first, then the hazy images sprang up. A woman who looked like Melody was seen leaving the clinic. She had on a sweater, leggings, and sunglasses. But standing next to her was a man drinking a smoothie. That was when the story really took off on TikTok, Instagram, fan sites, and Reddit. Everyone was chatting. Due dates were among the theories. To estimate gender, however, contrary to what the internet was speculating about, Martell had a breakdown during filming. Not on camera, but behind the scenes. According to insiders, he was utterly abandoned. One insider even said that a producer had to yank him away in order to help him unwind. According to reports, he yelled something that made his mental state clear. "She wants everyone to think I'm interchangeable." The line was unique, since the baby wasn't the main subject. Hill Harper wasn't even involved. It is related to control. The idea that Melody deserves recognition for her decision to move on. That she might start again without Martell and possibly with a partner who doesn't have any baggage. I was amazed that Martell didn't just break up with someone years ago. He lost control of the storyline. Additionally, if Melody is happy and awaiting a new partner, especially Martell, is more than just the ex to someone like Hill Harper. Furthermore, he is clearly unprepared for that position. Just when fans thought it couldn't get any juicier, Hill Harper finally speaks. Claps music at the height of the rumors. Hill Harper eventually addressed it, albeit in the most unexpected way. He went to a workshop on parenthood and black male leadership. It was a specialist event full of prominent members of the community with a solemn tone. Even so, the question that had been popular on social media was asked by an audience member: "Are you expecting a kid with Melody, Shari?" Most renowned people today would steer clear of such a topic. They would either laugh it off or get annoyed. But Hill didn't lose his cool. He looked directly into the person's eyes and replied, "There is no pregnancy, and we are not in a relationship." Relationship? It didn't end there, though. Then he made a statement that made everyone halt. "I have nothing but respect for Melody," said Hill. He characterized her as a strong, determined woman who was achieving incredible things. He remained silent about her past, her show, or the rumors. Just respect her and move on. The next line, however, was the one that ended the room. "I'm not a blogger. I keep my personal life private." There was more than a border, indeed. A message was present. He didn't like drama. He didn't want to get caught up in a reality TV triangle. He had no intention of adding fuel to the fire, no matter how fierce it became. Hill bowed out of the drama as Melody delved more into the mystery. Melody said nothing during response to Hill's remarks. So she leaned into the unknown. Her Instagram turned into a gallery with soft lighting, muted colors, flowing apparel, and strategically positioned positions. They all looked like they were from a lifestyle magazine. More importantly, she never showed her tummy. Every frame has a distinct function. Then came the post that ignited the whole thing. Hey, a flower, a white heart, and an infant bottle emoji. On Twitter, Reddit debates, and fan pages, the small emoji combo went viral. A moment later, a little hazy clip emerged. Outside a wellness clinic, the footage was captured. In it, a woman who looked like Melody is helped into a black SUV. She wears simple clothing and moves cautiously and slowly. A tall man stands next to her, holding the door open. There was no way to view her face, of course, but the most powerful message was conveyed through body language. That was the end for a lot of fans. They started to zoom closer, comparing the man's shoes and physique, his gait, and his clothing choices. This was not a coincidence, people thought. This did indeed occur. Then again, the vibe shifted. It's just like you, Martell loses it on Instagram again.
Marcus, talk to you, so why you posting pictures, showing stuff? Yeah. Keep your hands to yourself. I'll never touch Martell Holt.
Martell got online. As soon as the baby bottle post surfaced and the video started to go viral. However, he remains silent about it. He never does. "Be careful who you build with," he wrote instead. It's not always gold that sparkles. Next up was the late night live. Martell appeared exhausted. Eyes were heavy and his tone was incorrect. While pretending to have moved on, he felt enraged with others who continued to play games. Again, no names, but fans didn't need them. His body language and the displeasure in his voice made it obvious that he was speaking. Concerning Melody, Buddy didn't go into detail. He merely expressed his feelings and indignation by talking in circles. The supporters felt it. This had nothing to do with whether the rumor was true or not. The problem here was losing control of the narrative. The Melody had ceased its conversation. After Hill Harper had discreetly put an end to things, Martell was relapsing. But what happened next took this from rumors to solid proof. The source was neither Hill Harper nor Melody. It quietly surfaced on a fan page on Instagram that claimed to have inside tea, softly lit. The image included a pastel-colored cake with the words, "It's a girl," inscribed in gold frosting. The balloons in the background were white and pink. The faces were indistinct, but one detail caught everyone's attention. A close-up of a ringed hand that Melody's admirers recognized right away, knowing that detail was enough. Screenshots started to spread a few minutes later. The original post was promptly taken down, even though it had received tens of thousands of shares. Melody's problem is that she never confirmed it. She did not repost the image, she didn't go live. She remained silent. That silence made people even more fixated, and it caused rumors to circulate. In all honesty, it worked. While fans were busy trying to figure it out, one thing became certain. Melody was doing more than just defending her job. She controlled the entire conversation without saying a word. But Melody just checkmated Martell if she had been playing chess all along.
And that is amazing because I used to be ready to check people all the time. And I literally had to spend some time with myself, learn to truly love myself after such a big divorce and scandal, right? And to get back to who is Melody? Who is Melody? What does Melody desire? Oh, Melody desires peace more than, you know what I'm saying? That's big for me. Melody desires to be in situations where I'm happy. I love people around me who are laughing, having a good time. We cut up. I'm a high-key comedian, by the way, so we cut up all the time, right?
Without any fanfare or warning, Melody finally posted the post that changed everything. One image shows her gently resting on her stomach. Then, a few days later, another piece of the puzzle appeared. Time on TikTok. A video was uploaded by someone claiming to have been to the same facility weeks prior. Although everyone praised Melody on her beach walk, Martell's chronology became jumbled. He said, "Some wounds never go away, especially when lies reopen them," in an unexpected tale that he posted. The post was taken down a little more than an hour later, but it was already too late. Screenshots were already spreading like wildfire on blogs and fan pages. Not everyone was just asking how he was doing. They were curious as to why he couldn't go ahead. For a while, Martell dominated the narrative. He was in the middle of the storm, good or bad. But now it's different. Melody is guiding the story. With grace and slyness, she is not responding to him. She's not talking. She isn't explaining herself. And because of that silence, the power dynamics are shifting. What do you think, though? Was it pregnancy or a power play? Is Martell upset or hurt that he has lost control? Let's talk about it.